So in this video, hopefully I'll be able to get everything finished off, and what we're going to do is make sure that our slide value works with our stretching and our pinning. So this script is very quickly becoming quite hard to manage, but that's just the nature of this script. Unfortunately, there's a lot of things to sort of deal with. I'm going to create a new parameter, and it's going to be called stretch len, and by default it's going to be equal to the length of the chain. So we're going to say if the distance between the upper arm point and the soft blend point times 100 divided by root scale, just so that the scaling doesn't affect anything, is greater than the chain length, which is what the stretch length is originally assigned to. Then make the stretch len equal to this. Okay, and now what we can do is we can actually change our slide variable here. So before it was equal just to the chain length, and that's why when RIK stretched it wasn't working, because this was always equal to 70. So now what we can do is just place stretch len in there, and that will allow us to actually get our stretching working if it's stretched beyond a certain point. But again, that's for the slide here, but now we actually have to make it work with the slide P. So all we have to do is change the chain length again to stretch len, and that's everything is fine down here. Now what we're going to do is just do the same over here. So stretch len is equal to chain len. Then if the distance between it's going to be between the upper arm point and the if the distance between the upper arm point and the soft blend point times all this stuff here. Actually, we can just copy this and paste it here. Then redefine the stretch length to be the upper arm point. The distance, we have to have the distance here, don't we? Yeah, sorry, I made a mistake over here. This has to be the distance between those two here, and we need the distance here as well. Okay, and then we just redefine slide to be include the new stretch len variable and change the chain length to stretch len. So if we evaluate those two scripts and move it over, now what you should see is as we stretch our chain, we can still slide the elbow back all the way or all the way forward. And this works no matter how far we stretch this out, because we're using the actual length here instead of the original chain length, and that's what's happening here. Okay, so I'll just move this back a bit. It's a bit too far, isn't it? And I think I've animated the slide value. I don't really want that. So let's see if I can I'll just delete all of them and then create another bit of animation there. Okay, We still haven't taken into account the pinning though. The pinning is still something that we actually haven't accounted for, because as you can see here, the pin len is greater than the bone len, but we need to incorporate somehow the slide value. And what we have to do now is actually reorder things a bit. So I'll just make this even larger. I'm going to copy the pin variable here, and I want to paste that underneath the definition of slide there, and I want to say plus slide here. So now we're taking that into account here in the initial calculation of pin, but we also want to take into account in this conditional statement here. So plus slide, and there we go. And we'll do the same thing over here. So take the pin parameter, put it down there. This time you can see down here we've got minus slide, and we want to say minus slide up here, and if pin len is greater than, oh sorry, I've already got that. minus slide, then pin len. Let's evaluate both of these. Move this over. Enable pinning. Move our node up. Now we can take back our slide, and you can see now we can define it so it's right back here. And we can turn that off, turn pinning off. We can turn stretching off, and of course the slide value still works with that, and everything works together. Okay, that's the end of these series of videos. I hope you were able to follow along, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.